Christ 17 TV back upside your head with another one. Today, we're going to talk about Stephen A. Smith getting confronted by LeBron James over comments he made about bronny. Bronny. All year preseason, the draft was bronny. Now that Bronny's not performing at an NBA level, you wasted a draft pick just because it was somebody's son is not fair to the other kids that bust their tail to get in that draft, to get drafted, okay? So let's just say that off the rip. Stephen A. Smith is a NBA analyst, Sports Center. He's just all sports, okay? But basketball is his specialty, okay? So when you got LeBron James' son coming out here, playing the way he's been playing, and getting, no points, can't hit no threes, and just, he can't even guard nobody here in this league. And he goes down to the G League. He has a few nice games, and Stephen A. saying what everybody else is thinking. He's not NBA player. He's not. I don't care how much you want to be saying, well, that's my son, I'm LeBron James, and this and that, and the fourth. He's not good. He's not talented. He wasn't even the top 5 player on his college team. The young man should have stayed in college a year or so more to get some more runs. Practice makes perfect. See, the kid had cardiac arrest, okay? He should have took some more time off, came back, played more college ball, and then maybe a year or two get drafted. But see, LeBron's selfish. He wants to have his son drafted while he's still playing, even though his son is not NBA material by far, and he wasn't even really college level by far. To me, Bronny wasn't in the top 200 college players playing in the league last year, and that's just a pure fact. For him to get drafted at the end of the second round was nonsense, okay? This was all for show. This is LeBron James' son. He wanted his son to play on his team. He wanted his son to be with him, to be the only father and son duo to be in the NBA. If you can do it, that's fine, okay? He's here. But don't get mad when people are being honest and saying your son is trash. Your son is not an NBA player. So don't get mad at people because questions are being asked. And people got to give honest fucking answers. We're not going to lie and say, he's an NBA player. He definitely is when he's definitely not, okay? To be honest, he doesn't belong in basketball, period. He's not big enough. He's not skilled enough. And he doesn't have a shot, okay? Like I said, you can't be mad because this is Stephen A. Smith's job, to talk about basketball, to talk about sports. And you want to get mad because he's giving his honest opinion about your son. Listen, if you don't want to hear the critics, you should have left them in college. Because this is what happens when you're not a good player, okay? They're going to talk about you. That's what their job is. So for you to get pissed because people in the sports shows are telling the truth and saying your son is no good at basketball, you can't be upset. Yeah, I get it. You don't want nobody talking about your son, but check it out. LeBron, you brought this upon yourself. You forced this kid to get drafted, okay? There were kids way better than him that the Lakers could have fit in to their roster that would have been a better fit than your son. I get it. If you have the power to get your son drafted, then go ahead and do it. It's a dream you had with you and your son being on the court at the same time. Hey, amen, okay? Great thing. If you can do it, do it. But you can't get mad when your son's not good and people telling you that. How? He's just not a good ball player. He can't shoot a three. He's too little. He can't guard nobody. I mean, so how are you getting mad because Stephen A. Smith telling the truth and you coming up to him during the game last night talking about keep my son's name out your fucking mouth? Listen here. Nobody would have your son's name in their mouth telling the truth if you didn't force this kid to get drafted by your team, okay? No other team was going to draft that kid, okay? You were playing the GM. Just like you got the coach fucking hired, your son drafted. You're the GM there. So you can't be mad. You cannot be fucking mad when people are seeing your son play and seeing the kid get no points. He can't even hit free throws. So what is the problem with people telling it how it is? You want us to lie because it's your son and say, he's a great kid, he's got a great looking jumper, when that's not it? The kid is not going to be, as soon as you retire, if you don't own no team, that kid is out the league like this. Nobody wants that kid except you because that's your child. I get it. Nobody's trying to disrespect your child. We telling it how it is. And sometimes you got to give it to them raw. If they like it or they don't fucking like it. Okay? That's how it is. Now, the worst trade in basketball, Luka for AD, and you're going to say, I didn't know shit about that bullshit. You're the fucking GM. LeBron James is full of shit, okay? Like I'm saying, you can't get mad at people just doing their job. How many other people in sports have been saying this kid's not an NBA player? They got mad at Jaylen Brown. They wanted him to apologize. Because he sees it, this kid's not an NBA player. He's undersized, he's underskilled, and he's a spoiled kid. Let's just call it how it is. He doesn't have that it factor, that killer instinct, that drive, because his daddy said already, he's not a 18-year-old kid playing in college and his mama is living in the projects and she's sick. And this kid is playing his ass off to get to the league and leave as a freshman and get a contract so he can help his mother with her housing and with her medical. Bronny has no hunger. He's just following you around because you his daddy. That's all, and that's it. So you can't get mad at Stephen A. Smith for shit. Yeah, he kept it real, he kept it raw, and that's how you're supposed to do it. And if you got your little feelings hurt and Bronny got his feelings hurt, so be it. You put him in this place for him to get criticized. Now you want to criticize other people for telling the truth, and that's straight bullshit. Like I said, he's undersized, underskilled, should have never been drafted. There was 2 kids on USC that should have been drafted before him, and Boogie was one of them. So for you to get all mad and do all this shit during the break and you in his face telling him that's bullshit. This what come with the territory, King James, the GOATs, which you're nowhere near to go. You ain't even in my top 5, dude. So knock it off, okay, with this GOAT shit. Anybody who calls theirself the GOAT and don't let other people do it, you're full of yourself. And you're full of shit. So I think he was out of pocket for getting mad at somebody for doing their job. So what? It's your son. He's a ball player. This is something that's not in sports where you can criticize a guy's kid at the same time he's playing, because it doesn't happen. It's like Griffey played with his dad, but you couldn't criticize Griffey because Griffey's a Hall of Famer, and Griffey was that guy, okay? Your son's not Griffey, okay? He's not even Ken Griffey Sr., all right? To be honest. He's not that good. He can't score. He can't play defense. He's undersized. He's going to sit on the bench. If it to the finals. Just say you guys win the finals. You're going to find a way to put him in the game at certain times because you wanted to make seem like he had something to do with you guys winning a fucking ring, which is going to be totally bogus. Totally bullshit. So listen, with all that being said, man, kill that noise. Send the kid to the G League, let him ball out, let him get better, and then when he's ready, he can play some defense, he can knock down some shots. Give him a shot. Until then, just be quiet and let the sports writers, people do their job. Their job is to analyze shit and talk about it. And sometimes you're not going to like what they say. So what? It's called freedom of fucking speech. If you didn't want that, you shouldn't have did what you did and had him drafted when you know the kid was not ready to play basketball, because you know everybody's going to have something to say, including me. And I'm no sportscaster, sports writer, but I do love my sports, and I will keep it raw and tell you the real shit. The kid is nowhere ready to be an NBA player, and I personally don't think he ever will be. To be honest, he's not good. He's undersized. He's underskilled. He can't shoot the rock. He can't make free throws. Can't even keep up running up and down the court with these NBA players, and you want to get mad because somebody's calling it out and saying, why did you do this to your child? It's totally bullshit. Totally bullshit. So LeBron, you out of pocket. You're supposed to stick up for your kid, absolutely. Not saying don't. But if people are criticizing his NBA, nobody called him no kind of names, or this is just not an NBA player. Period. So with that being said, hit that like, hit that subscribe. It won't cost you a dime. Like I tell you every time around this time, if you're not good, you're just not good. Practice makes perfect. Maybe it's time to find something else to do in life. Why don't you make your son like Rich Paul and make Bronny an agent? He can make tons of money being an agent. And maybe your next son, Bryce, will be the ball player. You still got one more finna come in the league. But Bronny's not the guy. He's not the guy. He never will be the guy. And don't cry about it when people got to tell you the honest fucking truth. That's it. Just wait on Bryce, and maybe Bryce will be the player you want Bronny to be, because Bronny's not going to be the player you think he's going to be. So with all that being said, I'm Christ17 TV. Please like, please share, and I will catch you guys on what? On the flip side, player.